I have spent a lifetime studying martial arts. I have competed in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, submission wrestling, amateur MMA. I fought full contact with the Dog Brothers. I fought in HEMA, historical European martial arts, in longsword and Dusak. I have competed in lots of things and done lots of things. I am in no way a pacifist, right? Hey guys, Christopher Hein here. I wanted to take a moment just to talk to you about myself and my approach to Aikido and kind of explain a little about who I am as a person and how I feel Aikido works. And I think a lot of times when I talk about Aikido, people get the wrong impression and think that I'm like a pacifist or kind of a hippie kind of guy, and I'm just like, everything in the world should be cool and groovy, And it's because that I believe Aikido is a martial art that's about making a cord, right? So instead of trying to destroy something, Aikido's about trying to resolve something, right? Trying to make something fit together in a way that it maybe naturally wouldn't fit together nicely. I have competed in lots of martial arts. And that's because when I was young, I kind of looked at the world as something you had to resist and overcome. And my mindset was, I'm going to dominate and overcome the world. And so I need to be strong to do this. As I trained more, I kind of learned some important stuff about making accords with the world and understanding how the world works. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm a pacifist. So understanding that the world can be worked in a way that ideally everything kind of works peacefully and is resolved amicably, that doesn't mean that I think it always will go that way. And it doesn't mean that I would be scared to stop it if I couldn't resolve it in a peaceful way. So meaning if someone were to break into my home and threaten the lives of me or my loved ones, I would take whatever measures necessary in order to stop that from happening. I am a firearms owner. I'm an NRA certified instructor in both CCW, concealed carry, and regular pistol. So would defend myself to the lethal measure if necessary if someone was threatening to take my life. However, I hope it would never come to that, and I would like to solve it before it ever came to that. And so Aikido is something that helps give you a skill set to keep it from getting further down the line. So ideally, if you had really good Aikido, you would never have to use those skills. I believe Aikido is a great martial art for two kinds of people. One kind of person is the person who wants to basically live a peaceful life, is not looking to dominate or control anyone, and wants to be a positive influence to others around them. I believe Aikido is really good for living a peaceful life. I also believe there's another person at the other end of the spectrum that Aikido is really good for, and that kind of person is someone who's constantly in conflict, and they realize the truth, that is, they can't beat up everyone. No matter how skilled they become, they can't beat up everyone. So I've spent my life studying martial arts. I weigh over 200 pounds. I can lift a lot of weight. I can run real far. I can do all kinds of athletic stuff. I'm skilled in martial arts with weapons and without weapons. I own firearms and have the means to defend myself to a very serious degree if I need to. Having said all that, there are definitely tons of people and forces that can overcome me in the world. Lots of them, right? There are tons of people who could beat me in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or MMA or stick fighting or sword fighting or gunplay or whatever, right? So there's all kinds of people who can defeat me at all these things, and I recognize that. And so I recognize that if I were ever to get into a situation with one of those people, physically dominating them is not in the cards for me. They're just greater than I am. So I need to know a skill set that enables me to deal with that kind of situation, right? So, and I believe this is at the heart of what it was said when, Ueshiba would only train people who already had studied other martial arts. And it's because they probably had that idea and felt the ability to dominate when they could, and yet also understood that they can't always be the most dominant force. And so either people who are ready to live a peaceful life or people who know in the extreme end of it, you can't dominate everyone. And so how do you make a cord when you can't dominate everyone? Just wanted to explain a little bit about myself and that I'm in no way a pacifist. And I've spent a lot of time doing a lot of hard training because I know that the world's harsh. There are definitely times when you need to be strong, capable, and resist and use weapons and all kinds of stuff. However, I want to give myself the greatest buffer to ever having to do that again. And so that's why the main martial art I study and practice these days is Aikido, because I believe it does exactly that. It gives you a giant buffer. There's a time in life where you need to go fight and become strong. Aikido is not the best martial art to study when it's that time for you. When it's that time for you, you should be studying MMA. You should be going out and doing intense stuff. Join the military if you have an opportunity to do that. You need to undertake difficult, strenuous, hard things. And that's probably not Aikido. So if you're the kind of person right now who's like, oh man, I want to just crush everyone and dominate and learn these super sweet techniques to throw people hard, Aikido is probably not the martial art for you. There's a lot of other avenues that you could take that will be much more efficient at teaching you how to do those things and give you the resistance you need. You need to be around athletic, strong people all the time who are going to push and challenge you. And if you're not constantly doing that, then you're not going to get better at fighting. Whereas Aikido is something you could train with anybody because it's about making accords, and those things could be mental or spiritual, if you will, or physical as well. So I believe Aikido is a martial art that's really good for some kinds of people and not good for other kinds of people. And I think that's all fair, right? I've definitely been on both ends of those spectrums myself. And I don't think anyone should feel guilty about training in other martial arts. So, I'm a black belt in Aikido, so I shouldn't abandon Aikido. You're not abandoning Aikido by learning more. In fact, you learn more, and then you maybe appreciate Aikido for what it is more. Anyways, I'm not rambling anymore. I'm Christopher Hein. Thanks a lot for watching. I appreciate it.